Hello, hello, hello. Bienvenidos. We're going to do exercise number 8. Now, the first thing that you have to do is to open the software. Now, once you open, you're going to find out that you have the same window that I have in my screen, okay? With this project, you're going to learn essential workflows for animating a multi-layered design. Before you begin, how about if we take a look to the project and its final state? Do you think it's a good idea? I think it is. So I'm going to open QuickTime. I'm going to open the animation just to see how it's going to end. Now it's going to start like this. And as you can see, it has movement, but the difference from other videos that we have done is that we're going to have the experience from the beginning, as if you made the project in Illustrator or in Photoshop. Now, let me close this one so I can continue. So the first thing to do, let's go back to After Effects, is to create a new project. Okay, you're going to find out that you have this window. What are you going to do? You're going to create a new composition from footage. Okay, now you're going to click it. Remember that you have all the files just below the video. Now, we're going to select the Saltado brand, is the one that has all the information that we need. And where it says import as, you have three options. You have footage, composition, retain layer sizes, and composition. Please, we're going to select this one because we want to have the same size that we used in Illustrator in this case, and we want everything to be separated in layers. Now, once you have it like this, you're going to press open. Now, what do we have here? We have the composition, we have the layers. Remember that you can double click it here and voila, you're going to have all the information. Now, if I press the spacebar, you're going to find out that there is no animation at all. Now, as we already created a new composition from footage, what are we going to do? We're going to define which elements we want to have or apply an effect. Now, what are we going to select? At the left bottom, we're going to find out that we have the Saltado brand, is the text, we have the bird body, and so on. I'm just pressing the eye icon so you can find out that everything is separated. Okay? Now, we're going to double click the Saltado brand composition, this one, and what are we going to do? We want it to appear later. Maybe we want these elements to appear in a different time. Maybe, just maybe, we want the bird to have the wings, like moving. So when a logo includes many layers, as our does, you can organize your work by adding labels and color boxes in the label column. That means this one, the one that you have here. What do we have to do? Please click the select the layer bird body, then shift and click the right wing layer to select all the layers between. So I'm going to be here where it says bird. I'm going to shift click, remember, and there you have it. Okay, now click on the color square to the left, this one that you have right here, and select the color that you want. I believe I'm going to select red. Why not? Okay, so to select the next group of layers, click green grass and shift the, click to orange one. So I'm going to do it like green grass, and I'm going to select it here, and I'm going to click, and all of them are going to be in aqua. Why I'm doing this? This is a help or a guide for you to work in an organized way, okay? What we're doing is organizing all the elements that we have. In the case of the frame and the background, it's okay. I mean, maybe we can change the Saltado brand color, but as you can see, all of them, they have different colors. So this was like the first step. When you might be given some specific requirements for your animation, for example, in near future, maybe like frame rate, size, or length. For example, the default composition right here is 30 seconds, and it's a little bit too long for this animation. So we're going to learn how to change some important composition settings. So in the application menu at the top of the screen, remember that we have right here, choose composition, and then composition settings. Or if you want to use a shortcut, you can use Command K, okay? Now, make sure that the frame rate is set to 24. This one has to be in 24. And near the bottom of the composition settings dialog box, you can click inside the duration field right here, and you can change the length into 5 seconds or 8 seconds. In my case, I already have it in 5 seconds as I made this exercise before taking the video, okay? Now, once you have it like this, consider the size, that you like it the way it is. The resolution, always select full because you want the best quality, the highest quality, and then press OK. Now, if you take a look here, you can find out that it has 5 seconds. Okay. Now, what are you going to see now? If you want to change it, remember you can come here or press Command K and it's going to open. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? Please, let's go to the layer area, and we're going to select the one that says blue ground, okay? So, drag the duration bar for the blue ground layer. It starts, I don't know, maybe 12 frames. So remember that once you have it selected, you can transform the duration of all the layers. So this one is going to be 12 frames, as it says right here, 12, okay? Now, for the remaining layers that are labeled, in this color, try to drag the layers duration bar so the starting point are staggered at varying points of the time graph. For example, maybe past the blue layers, and then press the spacebar to preview the animation. So I'm going to select this one, maybe I'm going to move it right here. I'm clicking and moving it, okay? They all can have different position, but they have to be after the dark blue shell. Okay, now let's move this one. I'm going to place it here. It's up to you where you want to place them. Remember that this is just an exercise for you to practice. Now, let's see what's going on. I'm going to move this one, and I'm going to press spacebar. Okay, so you can see what's going on. You can take a look here to the preview. I'm going back, just in case you haven't seen it. I'm going to press again spacebar. Okay, I'm going back to the beginning. Now our animation is starting to look pretty good, right? But we can make it even more interesting by, I don't know, fine-tuning how fast each layer is going to fade in. So what are we going to do? We're going to go to the timeline panel. Remember that is the one that we have here. And in my case, as I change it into this turquoise color, I'm going to select all of them. Remember that you can press Shift to select all of them. Then press T of tomato to reveal their opacity properties. So I'm going to press T, not Command T. Okay? So as you can see, you have the opacity open in all of them. Once you have it like this, what are we going to do? We're going to add some keyframes, okay? Now, as a suggestion, please try to select all the greens layers that you have. Remember that you can press Shift, okay? Now I'm doing this. I'm going to move the timeline cursor, current time indicator, sorry, is the way I mention it in Spanish, is different from English. Now, try to move it wherever you want. We're going to add keyframes, and remember that to add one you have to click the stopwatch, okay? So I'm going to move it right here. It's up to you where you want to place it, and then click the stopwatch. In all of them you're going to find out that there is a keyframe added, okay? This means that when the motion starts at this bottom or at this place, it's going to be in 100%. Now I'm going to the beginning, and I'm going to change it. Instead of having it in 100%, I'm going to do it in 0. And as I already have all of them selected, everything is going to change. So I'm going to have keyframes at the beginning and keyframes here. And guess what? You can move them and change it depending on how you prefer it. For example, I'm going to do it here. I'm going to move them, and then I'm going to press the spacebar to find out the movement. let's see. I'm going to change this one. Perfect. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to continue animating it. Now, notice how the layers now fade in a different speed because some of them are faster than before. And when you work on your own projects, you may want faster or slower animation, depending on your brand or design, right? Adjusting the distance between these keyframes is the fastest and easiest way to fine-tune the speed of your animation. So, remember that you can modify this, you can place it whatever you want. You have something that is going to look animated. Take a look, for example, the blue background. How is everything going on in this animation? So I have a challenge. Now, remember that practice makes perfect. Let's have the bird appear in the animation just after the ground and plant layers. So see if you can use the timeline panel to adjust when the bird appears, and of course you can do it. And we are going to have another video, so keep this file because you're going to use it in the following exercises, okay? So this is video number 8 and we have a challenge. See you later.